What is going on, everybody? I've been getting a lot of questions about intermittent fasting lately. And the reason why I've been getting a lot of questions about intermittent fasting lately is because it's immensely popular. Everybody's fasting. Nobody's eating anything anywhere. All right? No, people are eating. So here's the thing about intermittent fasting. It is popular, and it's popular for good reason. It helps you to burn fat. It can definitely help you to give your digestive system a rest, which is a good thing for all of us. It can help with hormonal optimization in certain cases. And it can also help to reduce inflammation and induce cellular autophagy, which has been shown to actually help with longevity. But here's the thing. There's a certain thing that can happen if you do fasting the wrong way. And that is that you can completely damage your metabolism. So what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to teach you how to protect your metabolism while you're doing an intermittent fasting protocol. Let's get into it. Here's the very first thing you guys got to remember on this. Fasting does not mean starving yourself, all right? Fasting simply means you're eating all your food within a particular eating window, and then outside of that eating window, you are not eating. So you're still supposed to get all the calories you're supposed to get. You're still supposed to get all the nutrients you're supposed to get, but you're supposed to get those within a particular eating window. My eating window is 8 hours long, and it generally occurs between 12 and 8 p.m. Sometimes it's between 2 and 10 p.m. But I'm fasting for about 16 hours out of the day. Okay, that includes my sleep time, the time I wake up in the morning, and then by the afternoon, after I've done some physical activity, that's when I eat. If you do cause yourself, or if you do starve yourself by depriving yourself of calories and depriving yourself of nutrients, you can definitely damage your metabolism, and that's something you definitely don't want to do. That's not why you started the diet in the first place. Make sure you're replacing your minerals, and this is so important. For every liter of water you're drinking, and you should be drinking quite a few of them because dehydration is an issue while you're fasting, you should also be adding a pinch of really good either Himalayan pink salt or a natural sea salt. The reason here is that if you want your metabolism to keep going, it's really important that you're keeping your entire endocrine system in order. A lot of people who are fasting for good periods of time, they start to feel that their heart can't stop beating. It's beating really, really fast, or they feel like they can't calm down, or they have problems sleeping. And that's because of the mineral loss that you experience when you are depleting glycogen and you are in a fasted state for a good period of time. If you're not replacing those minerals, that can lead to severe dehydration, that can keep your hypothalamus and your pituitary gland from acting like they should. That can lead to a whole negative hormonal cascade that's going to absolutely wreck your metabolism. So make sure that you're using that natural salt. In addition to that, there's a few minerals you should absolutely be supplementing with. One of them is magnesium. I've talked about that a good bit here. It's responsible for 300 different reactions around your body, super anti-inflammatory. It also helps you to get to sleep because it's responsible for reactions within your hypothalamus. That helps with releasing growth hormone and other factors that are really going to help you with your metabolism. So make sure you're getting between 400 and 500 milligrams of magnesium per day. All right, really good absorbable magnesium. You want to make sure you're getting that. I talked about Calm. That's a supplement that I take before I go to sleep. For those of you who are very low carb, you might want to take 100 milligrams throughout the day with each meal, and then end the day with 200 to 300 milligrams before you go to sleep. That's a really good way to go about things. So if you're doing 2 meals a day, have 100 milligrams with each meal, and then 200 to 300 milligrams right before you go to sleep. Another one for those of you particularly who are women, or for those of you who are experiencing thyroid issues, maybe hypothyroidism, make sure you're getting your selenium. Now you can supplement with this. You can get a good supplement, which I would recommend if you have hypothyroidism, but you can also get that from foods like Brazil nuts, which is the richest source of selenium, or you can get that also from mushrooms. Mushrooms are a fantastic source of selenium. I also believe oysters. For the rest of your electrolytes, if you're really looking to get your electrolytes from food, a really great source of them is avocados. This is a great source of potassium. So make sure you're doing the salt, make sure you're getting your magnesium, make sure you are getting your selenium, and also make sure you're hydrating and make sure you're eating mineral-rich foods. All right, so this one might ruffle some feathers, but it's important to note this. If you're a very lean person, or if you're very, very stressed out, or if you have some thyroid issues, or if you are a athlete and you're doing tons and tons of physical activity, you will probably benefit by including some carbs in your diet. Now, I'm always talking about the benefits of a keto diet, and I know it sounds weird for me to be telling you to eat carbs, but the truth is that when you eat carbs, it helps to suppress cortisol. That can really help to reduce the amount of stress on your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. And this can in turn also help you to keep your thyroid in check if you are prone to hypothyroidism like a lot of women are. So am I telling you to eat 200, 300, 400 grams of carbs per day? No. Anywhere from 50 to 150 grams of carbs per day could be enough. And if you actually read Volek and Finney's Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Performance, they talk about the fact that some athletes who are doing tons and tons of physical activity could actually sustain up to 150 carbs a day and still remain in ketosis. But that's after a period of fat adaptation. So if you are doing the ketogenic diet and you are combining it with intermittent fasting like I am, there may be some benefit in doing a type of cyclic ketogenic diet. And that's something like what I do. I go through my day. I don't really eat up until between noon or 2 p.m. And then after then, I will have a small meal to start. And then at night, I'll have a very big and luxurious meal. That's probably going to include some white rice or some potatoes, or maybe even another carbohydrate form. But the point is that I've built in that flexibility into my diet, and I'm able to get all the benefits of being fat adapted earlier in the day, while also being able to get the benefits of eating carbohydrates toward the night. And I actually like eating carbohydrates toward the evening because it helps me to get to sleep and it helps me to rest much better. That brings up my final point here, and this is probably the most important of all of these. Make sure you guys are getting adequate sleep. If you are fasting combined with not sleeping, that is a recipe to completely shut down your thyroid. That's a recipe to completely shut down most of your hormones, give you a testosterone deficiency, and a whole host of other really bad issues. Make sure you're getting at least 7.5 hours to 8.5 hours of sleep per night, and make sure it's restful. Stop staring at your phone a few hours before you go to bed. If you're not staring at your phone, or if you have to stare at your phone or a computer screen, get yourself a pair of these blue light blocking glasses. That'll keep that blue light from getting in your eyes, and will keep it from tricking your brain into thinking that it is daylight. So that's my take on protecting your metabolism while you're doing an intermittent fasting protocol. I know that some of you out there might be doing a lot of these things already, or you might have your own practices as well. Please talk about those in the comments. I'm always looking to hear new things. And if you've got any questions for me, you're always welcome to send them over. And if you're interested in learning more about fasting and more about how you can adapt ketosis to your way of life and your functions as a person, head over to www.startketorite.com and we will help you out.